Hello and welcome to my show that I do where I connect to highly evolved spirits. Today we have God, but some of the spirits that come through are Mother Mary and Jesus, the saints, the angelic realm. So if you are interested in hearing some of the words that they give to me that are very thought-provoking, some of these words are quite interesting and really enlighten us to some of the truths that exist within their world. And so if you are interested, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell. If you're watching on Instagram, of course, don't forget to follow so that you can always be abreast of what is happening and the journey that they are taking me on, and of course indirectly taking you on. And so, without further ado, let's go to God and see what he has to say. He's standing right by the side of me, and he says to me, one of the best things that he has to enjoy, he feels, in his life, is that he has some beautiful souls that surround him, some beautiful angels that surround him. He says that they will always look to help him in the work and help mankind. But these are souls that are evolved, that have had many lives. These are souls that are eager to do good in the world and help mankind. And he feels that he is the luckiest God that you could possibly have, because he has such wonderful people around him. He says that some of the people have been there for thousands of years, and then others come and go, where they might take a life in your world and then come back. But whichever way they choose, it doesn't mean that his love for that person is any less. And he always looks to express his love to people when they come back to his world, and show them that he has been very careful about their lives and looked to help them evolve in every way that they have wanted. He says that when people come back to his world, he has to make quite a few decisions, and the decisions sometimes are very easy to make and sometimes they're very difficult to make. And he says that some of his decisions are simply where should they be placed once they have arrived, and that's the first decision that he has to make. And he says sometimes this is a decision that he's unable to make until they have arrived and they have attempted to be repentant or attempted to consider his words about their life. And he says, but once they have made their decisions about where they want to be and who they want to be, in other words, whether they want to be repentant or not, he says this will depend on where they are placed in my world. He says for my world is a comprehensive environment. It is an environment that has many faculties, many areas and many opportunities for the soul. He says that like your world, there is many facilities in my world that people can enjoy. For instance, he says that for people that want to understand how the world works and understand the physics and the biology and the healing and the understanding of his world, he says that there is lots of facilities to learn and be abreast of what his world is all about. And he is always excited when people are willing to take this opportunity up to learn more about his world, because in learning about his world, he feels that it also is an opportunity for them then to go on and be a guide and teach people on the earth plane sort of methods of how they can be and how they can learn and evolve. He says that if you look at some of the inventions and some of the creations that has taken place in your world, this is as examples of what I'm talking about, because there is never a creation that takes place without my understanding and knowledge of this taking place, and my willingness for mankind to receive this new way of working. He says that for some people that have come to his world, they look to go into a different area, and he says that in his world it is divided into where people are more junior or more senior in their beings, and what he means by that is he's referring not necessarily to the age they were at when they passed in our world, but he's referring to them in where they are at with their evolvement. And he says that for those people that are less evolved, who haven't grasped some of the lessons that I've shown to them, then they will have an opportunity again to learn those lessons in my world, and will be given many opportunities, because there is many facilities for people to learn here. He says, I also have many classrooms. I have many just as you will have like a blackboard or a screen or a whiteboard or a computer screen, we have all those facilities in my world, and I'm able to just sort of flick my finger and up it pops in my world, in anywhere where I can be, and I'm able to sort of see movies and see films on these screens. And this is not only used for teaching for people that are here, but it's also used for people when they arrive in my world. Because sometimes I have to explain to them, well, look, you're not quite grasping what I'm trying to teach you. And so he will use those facilities that he has in his world. He finds this really exciting, being able to share some of it, what he has in his world with mankind, and it's something that he's never done before, and he's really sort of enjoying being able to show people what his world is about, and some of the differences that aren't totally understood at this point in time. And he says that he is always looking to bring man to the next level, and he's talking about some of the the inventions that take place, and he's saying that this sort of screen that he was talking about, where he can flick his swing, sort of like the screen just appears in the air in front of him. He says that this will be something that will come to your world in due course, because it is already at the drawing board phase, where somebody is going to be taught and understand the mechanics of this, and then be able to relay that to your world. It has not yet been decided as to whether this person will be taking this to your world, or himself or herself, or whether it will be a guided situation where somebody else will learn and develop the process in your land. He says that when an invention takes place, he finds it very, very exciting, and is always looking forward to the reaction that people have with regards to the new way of living and the new way of working. He wants me to bow my head, and he says that he thanks all of mankind for listening to these videos, and he's eager and willing to share all of the opportunities that will be coming your way in your world, and he's thanking you. And so this is really sort of quite exciting, where man is constantly evolving, but there's always something going on behind the scenes as to whether we reach that point of evolvement, and there's all that work that has to be done before it reaches us. Isn't that fascinating? So anyway, if you like these videos, don't forget to subscribe, because it would be lovely to see you each week, to hear what God's got to say. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.